Charleston White just got hit with some crazy accusations from a woman claiming to be his cousin.
I'm Shalandra. I'm cousin of Charleston White. In the late 90s. When I was younger, about age 11, I was at my cousin's house, which is his mother. I was in the restroom taking a bath, and Charleston came in and asked me to play house. I am very deeply scarred by it. I don't give a what he say, and if he watching, I don't give a what you talking about, because, only God knows the truth, and he sit high and he look low, so that's your spirit at the end of the day.
I don't know who Charleston White enemies are, but I be getting random emails, and it started about 2 years ago, just random emails. Yo, Flacco, yo, cover this Charleston White cousin story. And I kind of avoided it, never really touched it, because I'm not breaking a story where I don't have any paperwork, facts, or proof about. Right. But now that the cousin has gone public, we could talk about it. Right. So she claims that Charleston White was about 20 years old, which would be between 1997 to 1999, which entirely depends on which one of Charleston White ages on the internet you believe. But the date is really important and it really matters, and it will come back when people are trying to figure out who to believe in this situation. Okay. But a cousin will claim that this is not a secret, that the family knows what happened, and that she has proof.
Well, when I was younger, about age 11, I was at my cousin's house, which is his mother, and I was in the restroom taking a bath, and Charleston came in and asked me to play house. I'm like, what? Because I'm thinking, I'm knowing he my cousin. Just got out of CYC. I'm here, we chilling, whatever. He came in and just started forcefully pushing himself on me. At the time, I didn't just know what to do because, again, I was young. However, I did tell my parents about it, and so we got some legal things going on, and we had some things situated and safe. I could have pressed charges on him, but why would I? That's my family.
I'm not a woman. I've never been through this. I've never experienced this. However, I know women who've been, and the first thing they tell me is an experience like no other. Yeah. Is traumatic. Yeah. And the amount of resentment and hate you carry with you for that person is lifelong, and it's immense. For sure. So her saying she has no resentment for Charleston White, even though she's claiming that Charleston White her when she was 11 years old, to me, that's, I don't know, I'm not a woman, so I guess I can't judge. But we're trying to figure out if somebody is credible or not. You got to read it.
Everybody different, but like he said, you kind of got to pay attention to stuff like that when you saying this stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Because so many people lie, and that's why I hate when people lie. I hate when females lie about shit like this, because it makes people people are a lot slower to listen. Y'all, YouTube and Meta might owe you up to $1,000 if you or your child grew up on social media. If you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experience serious mental health issues, you should hear this. Recently, a jury just ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They know that their apps can cause anxiety, depression, or body image issues, but they never shared those risks with us. They never made us sign anything that we knew the risk. They just maximized their profits. And the recent historic verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. But you better not worry. Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable for the harm that they have caused. Click the link in my bio to take a very short questionnaire quiz, because you might be entitled to a potential recovery of over $1,000. People are a lot slower to believe people when they telling the truth because there be so many liars.
To everything I'm reading into that don't quite make sense to me personally, to be honest. Now, she would also say that she didn't file any charges against Charleston White. Here's the thing. She's claiming that she was a child. In the state of Texas, there's no such thing as a statute of limitation. She could go down right now, at this moment, to the police station and file charges against Charleston White and start and launch an official investigation. Her choosing not to do that, even presently and currently, I don't know.
It's a little weird.
To me, that's a red flag as well. Right. Because if this man did this to you, and you have a legal pathway to get justice, you can file charges against them right now and force the police to investigate and talk to everybody involved, including your family members, yourself. Why wouldn't you go down that path if he did something to you so heinous, especially if you're willing to come public and, I guess, accuse him publicly? Then you should be willing to publicly accuse them in a court of law and have him face his accuser.
Right.
But if you're not going to have him face his accuser, but instead you're going to just go on to platforms of dudes who hate him and say this about him, then what's the point? What's the purpose? You still have the legal pathway to get justice. Go get justice.
Right.
Now, she would claim that apparently everybody in her family know about this. People know about this. And she will also claim that Charleston White tried to pay her not to come forward and to sweep this under the rug.
End of the day, I don't have any hatred for him. I'm not trying to damage who he is. I don't watch him. I don't do any of that because I'm still rather scarred by it. I go to therapy. I do a couple of things to have my sanity. I mean, I'm not like the everyday person who is able to deal with it. There's everyday people that's dealing with it. That's not my life. I'm okay, you know. I mean, I don't put this in my kids' face. I don't do none of that because I want them again to have a safe and a beautiful life. You know what I mean? Whatever I've been through, that's for me to go through on my own. And God helps me with whatever I have a hard time with. Says bad things about me, but that's okay. That's His spirit at the end of the day. I'm gonna be okay. No matter how long it takes, no matter what it takes, I'm going to be okay.
Have you ever tried to contact you since then?
Oh, yeah. On Messenger, he done contacted me 3 or 4 times and even tried to pay me not to even do this. And if you didn't do it, why would you message me and tell me to meet you somewhere to pay me so I don't do this?
But I ain't gonna lie though. See, I'm a fair and I'm a truthful nigga. It's possible that he could maybe be trying to pay you so you don't ruin his reputation, even if he didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people who get sued, maybe they not really guilty, but they just paid a person to just get the shit over with so they don't have to keep going on with it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, see, here's my question. And this is just a question. I can't, these type of situations is troubling because you don't know what's true, you don't know what's not. So I'm not going to jump to no conclusions, but I will say this. My question would be, what is the purpose of you coming out and telling us this information? If you're not going to go to the police, if you say you don't have any ill will towards him, you know, so what would the purpose of coming, what the hell? What would be the purpose of coming out and telling us this information? That's my only question.
Why not show the messages then? Yo, if Charleston White messaged you and said, hey, I want to pay you so you do not come forward with this story, why not show the messages? Why not show the proof? Why not show the receipts?
Right.
Because if you have receipts and proof that Charleston White is saying, hey, let me pay you not to come forward, then that's all the confirmation we need. Charleston, you did bad. If that's the case, But if you continue to levy accusations and you're not bringing any receipts or any proof to the table, especially something like
crazy, like this,
you
crazy.
Said he messaged you. He messaged you and asked you, "Hey, let me pay you. Let's meet up. Let me pay you. Don't come forward with this." That should be the proof you need. You blast that proof, and there's really no doubt
ain't
about
nobody
it.
Can't say that
because I'm not contacting anybody who accused me of anything that I know is not true. No, I'm working on suing you. That's what I'm working on doing. So if that's the case, then why not just provide that? Why not just show that? Why not just put that out there? But if you're making these accusations with no receipts and no proof, we're forced and we're put in a position where we kind of have to dismiss you. Because there has to be
we can't jump to the conclusion.
Larger barrier to entry when it comes to believing accusations against public figures. I'm sorry, bro. If all it takes is one of your enemies getting a random person to put their face on camera and accuse you of something, then a lot of y'all is in trouble. And I'm sorry as well. And also too, for anybody who plans on coming out and exposing a public figure, you don't want to sit next to his enemy because that discredits you. If you sit next to somebody making accusations against someone and that person you're sitting with already has a vendetta and agenda against that person,
I feel that.
We kind of just group y'all all in together until we see unimaginable proof. Right now, we have no proof. All we have is somebody saying these things.
Right.
That's it. That's it. Because
I wonder if Charleston
is stopping somebody from going and finding one of their homies that they know, one of their homegirls, bringing them on a couch and having that homegirl tell unimaginable lies about you.
Right.
Should we believe like every lie? No, obviously not, bro. Obviously not, bro. And trust me, I've gone through this exact same thing. Bruh, some random weirdo found some court documents online that did not belong to me. It was not my name, was not my picture, not my date of birth, right? The wrong state, the wrong school, the wrong everything. Things, places I've never been. I've never lived in Ohio, but these weirdos took this document, again, because it was the same last name. It was a relative of mine. They took that paperwork, disseminated, and said, Poetic Flacco got a great case, when it was clearly not me under no circumstances. It took me finding a mugshot to say,
that's crazy.
This is the mugshot of the person from that case. Is that me? Obviously not. Right? But
that's scary,
me going through it firsthand and going through how people lie on his internet, some other weirdo, y'all just watched my video a couple videos ago where I just had to expose this other weirdo who came out and said, Poetic Flacco did a fake giveaway and he scammed. It took me going into my phone, finding the wire transfer and the time receipts to show, no, I actually paid the person.
That's crazy.
That won the giveaway. I paid, why would I? Right? So people are comfortable lying on his. They're comfortable just telling lies
because there's
on
no
his
repercussions
for absolutely no reason other than clout.
Right.
So I do not know who this woman is. I don't know if she's telling the truth. What I can say is you got to come with.
It got to be some type of proof. You know what I'm saying? You need to come with your mama, your cousin. You need to have pictures of you in Charleston when y'all was little, and even that you can't even really put. It's so crazy nowadays. You can't even, because AI, motherfucker can make anything. Like it's scary, gang. It's scary, but you gotta come with a picture. This is the day after. This is what happened. I filed a police report here. This is the messages. You kind of gotta come with something if you want people to believe it. But again, my main question would be what is the purpose of coming on a podcast and saying this? What would be the reason for that? Now, if he did it and you just want to expose him as the weirdo that he is, that 100% makes sense to me. But I would still ask the question, what is the reason as to why you are coming on here and telling us this? Because what are we supposed to do with this information? If you're not going to the police, if you don't want to help raise a GoFundMe for the lawyers, if you don't have a goal, what would really be the reason to do that? To come on here and tell us that? If you say you have no resentment, if you say you know what I'm saying? So that's my only question. What would be the reason for doing that if you're not gonna go to the police? And maybe she not going to the police because she feel like it ain't gonna do nothing. I don't know, bro. I'm just, hey, listen, nigga, I'm just here. I'm just
Seats and proof, lady. Charleston White responded back to this, and Charleston White presented his proof as to why he believes it's impossible.
Gotcha, bitch.
Whatever that woman is accusing him of.
Oh, let me just say something. They say I got out the boys' home in 98. I got out the boys' home in 1997. When I got out the boys' home in 1997, I went to the Cottrell house in San Antonio for a year. Now let me break it down for y'all. See, I just want to break this thing. They say when he got no.
He say he got the receipts.
I got out in 1997. I just sit back and just sit, man, they just go, really? 1997, released from the boys' home. Straight to Cottrell house.
What's Cottrell house?
All this is documented. My first ID ever. OG murder. I want you in here. My first ID ever is in San Antonio as a grown man at the Everett house at 20 years
old. Is that like a halfway house or something?
So peep game. I don't come to Fort Worth till I'm 2000. Why? I escaped from the halfway house. Let me break it down for y'all. I escaped from the halfway house.
He was at a halfway house.
So
if that's the case, then then it's over. If that's the case, then it's over. If you say it happened in 98, but he was in a halfway house, the halfway house, like you said, it will be documented where he was at, where he was being housed, where he was being, you know what I'm saying, where he had to report to every day. And that was all the way in San Antonio, which from my understanding is ways away from like the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So if he was in San Antonio at a halfway house and he had to check in here every day, how did he then travel all the way to San Antonio to press up on you in some sexual assault type of ways? And then make it back to San Antonio in an hour so he could. If that's true, I don't know. Because I ain't saying nothing yet. It's just he said versus she said.
Back. Now where they sent me? They didn't send me back to Giddens. I went to Brownwood Sanction Unit. I'm gonna say it again. I went from the boys' home to San Antonio for a year, escaped from the boys' home, San Antonio halfway out, and went to Brownwood Sanction Unit for 120 days. So they said, well, he went, I was in San Antonio.
Let me see how far
from San Antonio. Say, from San Antonio, I went to Fayetteville, Arkansas, to go enroll into the University of Arkansas. So as I get down there,
so San Antonio to Fort Worth is about 4 hours away.
Cousin wanted to buy some weed. I wasn't in Fort Worth yet, so this is around June, July of 98. I'm in Fayetteville, Arkansas. I'm not in Texas. I get caught with 10 pounds of weed. I get caught with 10 pounds of marijuana. So I just want to sit back and just look at the lies. I'm gonna debunk them on Say Cheese TV. So I get caught with 10 pounds of weed. The whole 1999 that the man she met me,
he was locked up.
I was locked up in Oklahoma.
I'm very sensitive when it comes to accusations like this.
You're right.
Especially from black women.
You gotta be.
So I'm trying my hardest not to just call this woman an outright liar.
You can't.
I'm
really.
trying.
You gotta.
Hardest. But if you're given a day and say, yo, this happened in 99, or let's say 98. 98, he was in San Antonio. 99, he was in jail.
97, he was in jail.
Then it's hard for me not to say, yo, this is not credible.
Yeah, right.
At all. Now, again, I don't got no issues with the dudes who are pushing this. They don't like Charleston White. I don't know their reasons for not liking Charleston White. I'm sure they got good reasons. Charleston White is hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Right? So I think it's like Fort Worth T. Will is the dude who did the interview. Shout out to him. I ain't got no issues with you, brother. I'm sure you probably got some good reasons to hate Charleston White. I don't know. But if I had to make a good assessment, bruh, these accusations are probably nonsense. It's probably BS. Charleston White probably has never met this woman, probably don't know this woman. It's probably nonsense. Because if you're saying this man did this to you in this time frame, but this time frame he was in jail, then what exactly are we considering here?
What
exactly are we looking at here?
And it's not even like you can have it.
Especially if you have the option to go down to the police station and file charges because there's no statute of limitation on a child being in Texas.
So here's my thing. If you, I'm with you if you had the dates wrong. Because it's a chance that you could say 97, but you really mean 96. Or you could say 98, but you really meant 99. The problem with the story, if let's say Charleston White's telling the truth, the problem with that story is, okay, let's say he was in a boys' home. I'm pretty sure from my understanding, he was locked up in a boys' home like pretty much his whole childhood. I think he went to jail at like 14 or something. Got out when he was like 19 or 20. And then went to a halfway house in San Antonio. And then went to some other home in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and got caught with some drugs and went to jail the next year. So it's like there's a whole 4-year window where it's not even really making sense on how this is even possible if this is true. So it's like, and that's something that you can't even deny. You can, all this shit is documented, bro. You can look this up. You could go look up how long he was in jail. You can look up where he was being held, where he was at, the day he got booked, the day he got out, where he got, you feel what I'm saying? So it's like, when you got a 4, 5, 6 year window saying that, nah, she lying, then it's like, it's not credible, gang. But I still ain't seen no paperwork, so I ain't gonna jump to the conclusion, but
you can go and file this right now if you want, like right now if you wanted to. But I don't think she's going to, because when you file those charges, well, they're going to start doing their investigation.
Right.
And if they find out, oh no, Charleston White was in jail when this happened to you,
Right.
now guess what? Now you got your own charges coming. Now you got lying to the police coming. Now you got like, you feel me, like a civil suit on your head. Which
I think
Charleston White like addressed the potential of suing her in this particular video. He says he can't really sue her because she don't got nothing to be sued for.
Yeah.
So he's not really going to sue her, but he's waiting for her to go on a larger platform that he can sue. Y'all let me know in the comment section, man, what y'all think about this, okay? If you're still watching,
he's waiting for her to go on like a Vlad TV or something, which probably wouldn't happen. I'm sure Vlad or nobody else big like that would even let them come on there. You know what I'm saying?